So it was just announced Frank Vogel is not retained by the Indiana Pacers. Am I shocked? A little bit shocked. Frank Vogel is a great coach who really, outside of Paul George, there's really not much talent. Monte Ellis is good, but he's not a number two. George Hill is solid, but he's the point guard. Miles Turner, 20 years old, coming up strong. Looks good. Looks like a great prospect. But Frank Vogel got the most out of that team, I think. Led the team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Had it stacked up. Ever since Lance Stephenson decided to quit on life, the Pacers roller coaster has been nothing but downhill. I don't know if people remember that. Lance Stephenson was having an all-star level year a couple years back. He did not get selected to the all-star game, and ever since that point, he decided to be like, nah, I ain't going to play no more. I'm just going to shoot shots. He used to be a triple-double machine. He was averaging a triple-double that first half of the year. Nevertheless, back to 2016, obviously they got eliminated in 7 games by the Toronto Raptors. And what's funny is a couple calls this way, a couple calls that. Frank Vogel still keeps his job. If they call that DeMar DeRozan push-off on Ian Mahinmi, Frank Vogel is still employed. Frank Vogel is still the coach of the Indiana Pacers. But now he is not retained, and now he is basically up for grabs. If I'm the New York Knicks, why am I not hiring this guy on the spot? I'm not going to hire David Blatt if this man is available. But Phil Jackson is on vacation. He clearly doesn't give two shits about it because he's on vacation right now. He's in Seal Fall, Iowa. He's in Nebraska like, all right, let's just chill on the coaching search. I need more time. I need to think about it. But listen, Phil, Frank Vogel is now available. And he's probably the best option you have. He's better than Blatt. He's better than probably McHale. Brooks and Tibbs are taken. I mean, who are you really going to pick over Frank Vogel? But the real question is, do the Knicks have anybody better than Paul George? Paul George is a great all-star. He was considered a superstar at one point. He could still be if he moves to the Lakers. But after that injury, we have to see. Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant have now, solidified themselves above Paul George right now. But Paul George is only 26, so he could still carry. But the Pacers need, obviously, more stuff. When the playoffs come down to it, it's all about the talent, right? It's all about the talent. The coach can only do so much. So I don't know what Larry Legend wants. Frank Vogel was not a Larry Bird hire, so we could see the writing on the wall. And Larry Bird wanted Paul George to play the 4. He wanted him to play power forward. Frank Vogel tried to convince him to play the 4, but Paul George was not about it. He took a beating playing the power forward position, even though it would probably benefit him better. It would benefit him more and his team to play the 4. But that's the news we're talking about. That's my spiel on the Frank Vogel firing or not retaining, whatever they want to call it. What do you guys think about Frank Vogel and what the Pacers are doing? I hope the Pacers trade Paul George, but that's for another hot take. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. I want to hear what you guys think. Thank you for listening.